Hey folks, it's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Today's Wednesday, August 9th. Happy hump day. Hope you're well. And in this video, we're going to be discussing Trulieve's recent Q2 2023 earnings. They did slip in terms of revenue, but a beat in terms of EPS, very similar to my Kronos video that I just posted. We're going to discuss all that and more. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff, and you'll be notified on any future live streams or whenever I post a new video. Also, make sure to follow Powell Group on X, formerly Twitter, and the handle is Group Powell. So make sure to follow Group Powell on X, formerly Twitter, as that's where I'm going to be doing a lot of my posting. I'm going to be boycotting Facebook. They ban my account every time I post something MJ related, so I'm going to be using X. It seems to have it figured out. So I'm going to be using that going forward, and it's a way to get real-time updates as well without any censorship or anything like that. But moving on, Trulieve Q2 revenue slips 3% sequentially to $281.8 million. Trulieve reported second quarter 2023 results, highlighting progress on 2023 plan. And just before we get to the details here, not going to go over the whole entire article as most people have probably already read it, but we'll go through the highlights. But they did beat in terms of EPS and then revenue estimates. So revenue beat estimates by about 1 million, so 281.8 million actual versus 280.93 million forecasted, and then EPS did beat at negative 0.08 compared to forecast at negative 0.1687. So they did beat on estimates, but as you can see, revenue did slip from the prior quarter, and you can see it was 320, 301, 302, 289, 281. So it is on a downward trajectory at the moment. So I'd like to see that start to go the other way. But taking a look at the highlights here, sold 11.6 million units of branded product through branded retail, up 9% sequentially. Maryland dispensary traffic increased 200% in July with adult use launch. Industry-leading U.S. retail network of 183 dispensaries, up 11% year over year, supported by over 4 million square feet of cultivation and processing capacity as of June 30th, 2023. And we'll just go through here. Cash at the quarter end of 160 million. I actually just did a video on Kronos. They have like 800 and some million in cash, but that's Canadian. But this is obviously one of the biggest names in the US, Trulieve, definitely with a foothold on the Florida market. And speaking of the Florida market, you can see here from an MJ Biz daily article on August 4th, Florida MJ legalization campaign is Trulieve monopoly push, the state says. So obviously the US potentially on the verge of legalizing medical. I think that the U.S. could legalize medical in the next 1 to 2 years, and then they'll leave it up to each state to decide what they want to do from a recreational perspective. But with HHS due to come back with a review of classification of MJ here, it'll be 1 year in October. So we know that they've been making a push to get it done by the end of the year. So realistically, if it gets rescheduled to Schedule 3, that would solve the 280E tax burden. And then safe banking as well could potentially pass into the fall. And then, like I said, I think legalization of medical could happen in the next year or two. I do own a tiny bit of Trulieve in my portfolio, but I'm going to be looking to ramp up some of those holdings. But we'll take a look at the chart here in a moment, what we can expect in the days and weeks ahead. But this stock could be set to absolutely skyrocket if we get legalization of medical in the US. And then, like I said, if we get, any kind of, if Florida gets it on the ballot where they actually recreational is legalized, Florida is going to be a massive market, right? And obviously Trulieve is the biggest beneficiary and has the biggest foothold and stronghold on the Florida market. But taking a look at the chart here, so we are down about 2% today after the news. Taking a look at TCNNF on the OTC, we are a monthly inside bar at the moment, so this could be a nice play here with a stop below 373 and then look to nail the bottom here. But I mean, realistically, from the all-time highs in February 2021 highs, we were down over 93%. So most names in the MJ space, doesn't matter if you're profitable, unprofitable, US producer, Canadian producer, retailer in the US or Canada, ETF, everything is down 80 to 90% plus from all-time highs in February 2021 highs. So this could be a nice long-term entry, but a nice swing trade as well. If we lose the low here, we'll start monthly consolidation again. And then if we break above the high here, we just started the monthly bounce, but if we break above 515, then we could see some runway to EMA 12. A lot of names in the MJ space are making their way back to their EMAs. And as you can see, we usually gravitate back toward them, right? That's just how it works. We confirm it as resistance, we get above, we confirm it as support, we get extended to the upside, we drop down, we lose momentum back to the downside. We had a bear cross of the monthly EMAs. and then we confirmed resistance, old support, now resistance, and then we continue to trend lower from here. So usually we gravitate back towards these exponential moving averages and moving averages, simple moving averages as well. It's usually just, ebbs and flows. So if we hold a low here, you could set your stop below, say 373, and if you entered now, essentially you're going to risk about 10% to make upwards of 75 to almost 200% just if we get back to the monthly EMAs, which a lot of names are starting to do. If you take a look at Tilray, and if you remember my video on MSOS, I said that Canadian MJ looked a lot stronger than US MJ, and you can see here Tilray is back testing its monthly EMA 12, but confirming it as resistance. And then after, as of the last couple months, Tilray's up about over 100%. And then if we take a look at TCNNF over the last couple of months, from the low there to the high, Trulieve is only up about 37%. So again, US MJ not as strong as Canadian MJ, but we could see it act as a laggard here. And like I said, if we get any kind of progress with regards to HHS, Revuel, Schedule 3, or even beyond, or descheduling, we could even get safe banking all in one go as well. And the broader market's looking like we could see some tailwinds with some strength in the broader market and the equity market. So it's looking like this could be a nice trade opportunity. But like I said, it's all about resistance there at 515 and support at 373. So nice entry level here with very, very close to support. So essentially risk 10%, 15%, depending on how much risk you're willing to take on to make, like I said, upwards of 75% to almost 200%. So again, we need monthly uptrends across the sector as well to confirm that the bottom is in. So we need a high, a higher low, and a higher high to be back in a monthly uptrend. And we need this not just on Trulieve, we need this on all of the names in the US, we need it on Canadian names, ETFs, retailers, you name it. Once we confirm monthly uptrends across the sector, and then golden crosses as well, which we'll look at here in a moment, then we'll be confident that the multi-year bear market is in, or we're potentially starting a new multi-year bull market. But I think, like I said, with Florida legalization campaign, we know that recreational is likely inevitable. It's probably going to be in the next couple of years. Trulieve really stands to benefit greatly from these catalysts. And then, like I said, HHS and safe banking would just be icing on the cake. But taking a look at Trulieve here, we are still below the 10-week moving average at 419, and we're still bearish on the stochastic. MACD is still bullish, but it's also teetering here on the brink of crossing bearish. So it's still a little bit less to a little bit more to be desired here. A little bit of a cause for concern that we're not even below above the 10-week moving average. Again, if we compare Tilray, the leader in the space, right, in terms of dollar volume traded, because it's listed on the NASDAQ US major exchange, look at how far above its 10-week moving averages and look at the volume. We're talking hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars traded in one day, right? I challenge you to find another name that has anywhere near that amount of dollar volume, right? So Trulieve, nowhere near that amount of dollar volume. So again, we need to see it get back above. We want to see a weekly candle close over 419 this week. And then we'll want to see the stochastic get back into bullish territory as well. In terms of the weekly moving averages, a lot of names starting to trend back to their 10-week moving average as well. And then if Trulieve did that, we'd be back up to around $7.36. So I would expect that to happen over the next couple of months. Like I said, a lot of names starting to trend back to that weekly moving average. Look at Tilray, it's over its moving average now, and it's one of the leaders in the space, and then Trulieve being one of the leaders in the US, right? So again, it's not a guarantee, but it's adding confluence and confidence to the fact that we could start to trend back. We're contending right now with the 50 daily moving average. If we get above that, we have the 100 there at 469, and then some runway to the 200-day moving average at 668. So again, $7 and $6 looks to be in the cards. Again, if we compare it with Tilray, the leader in the space. Whoops, what happened there? Opened a new window. So if we compare it with the leader in the space, look, it's above its 200-day moving average. So again, if TCNNF, Trulieve, were to do the same, that would put us over that 668 mark and around that $7 mark, which would line up with the 50 weekly there. So it's looking really, really good here into the fall and into the winter, with a lot of catalysts looming. And like I said, with the broader market looking to see more upside as well, would only be tailwinds for the sector. But going into there, let me know if Trulieve's in your portfolio. What do you think the chances are we get legalization of medical over the next year or two? What do you think the potential we get rescheduling Schedule 3 or even safe banking into the fall? Like I said, I think the prospect of better days ahead have never looked better in the sector. And like I said, very, very small position on Trulieve. This isn't financial advice, only for entertainment purposes only. I'll never tell you to buy, sell, or hold. You need to do that because you did your research and due diligence and you believe in the company, as always, right? So going into there, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this earnings. We'll continue the conversation in the comment section below. As always, love hearing from you. Going into there, it's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth, and we'll see you on the next video.